I am the eyes and ears of this institution, my friends. By the way, that clock's 20 minutes fast.
The one thing that people have come up to me since, and I don't know whether you know this, but people are doing The Breakfast Club as a high school play now. I mean, it's been transcribed and kids are doing it in school, so I'm meeting kids that came up and played Carl. You know, I played Carl, I didn't realize how hard a role it was, you know? I said, there are no small parts, just small actors.
I like the janitor as sort of this very quick-witted character. I think he describes himself as a serf or a peon, which are not words you expect to hear out of the janitor's mouth. And you get the sense that, you know, this guy was maybe the wise ass once upon a time, and now here he is, and these kids are daring to condescend to him. It's really cool. Another tour de force role.
And that's a great and a very important role in that film, I think, because what he does is he kind of brings, you know, Gleason's character to light for himself.
You took a teaching position because you thought it'd be fun, right? Thought you could have summer vacations off? And then you found out it was actually work. That really bummed you out.
He just kind of shows him himself in a way, you know, and here I am, the janitor, and you perceive yourself as some, you know, tough-ass teacher who's doing what he's in fact just doing, is just monitoring kids on the weekend, you know. So I remember that scene particularly because he was so good in that scene. He and Paul were great together.
I was kind of working on the premise in my head that this is a teacher that I might have had. Now that I'm the janitor, he likes to lord it over me.
Now, this is the thought that wakes me up in the middle of the night. That when I get older, these kids are going to take care of me.
I wouldn't count on it.
I slept in the janitor's office at the school and rarely associated with the cast, if ever. And I think John wanted to keep me away from the cast. And that sort of worked with the sort of isolation I had in dealing with them. And when I came into that set with all that paraphernalia, the first scene I shot in Breakfast Club was unloading the garbage and, you know, by the way, that clock's 20 minutes fast. That whole segment. I hadn't really met with the guys. I hadn't really known the cast. So there was this sort of sense of detachment and not being part of their group.
You guys think I'm just some untouchable peasant, serf, peon, you know? Maybe so. But following a broom around after shitheads like you for the last 8 years, I've learned a couple of things. I looked through your letters, looked through your lockers. I listened to your conversations. You don't know that, but I do.
Carl the janitor resents the kids, but he does get them. He nails them. You know, he really puts it to them, you know, verbally, in a way that the principal can't.
Well, you know, there's this arrogance to teens, right? That anybody over 18 is just a jerk and, you know, has fallen off the earth in terms of their worldview. And, you know, it's just not true. And somebody's got to hip him to that.
And he had that strange expression on his face, you know, like he knew better than us. It's unsettling. You know, when you think you know better than them, and he's true when he says how we perceive him, though my character not so much, because I do see him all the time. And he says that thing, it's Hughes again, that thing where he goes, and I've been through your lockers. I got the keys to all your lockers. And it's like, wait, oh. And it's like, it's great. It's like, okay, so now that I know that Carl's going through my shit, okay.
When I got the part, I remember thinking about the janitors that were in my high school. And there was this one guy that was, I would say, all-seeing. And when John had that line, you know, I read your notes, I'm the eyes and ears of this institution, I really pegged onto that one because I really got the feeling that these guys knew a lot more about us than we cared to let on. People to this day don't realize that there's a shot of me at the beginning of the movie in the case, and that I actually went to that high school. John and I talked about that, and then my whole subtext was maybe I was a little bit of those guys there. So the fact that I could relate to those kids as sort of having left the womb 10 years prior is, I think, an important fix on it.
Because, you know, I'm really paired up with Carl. You know, you know, as we walk out, I love that. It's like, see you Saturday, Carl. Yes, I mean, I see him. I'm there as much as he is. I mean, I haven't had a Saturday off in years.
See you next Saturday. You bet.